back.
I know, they're cheering in the streets.
They're all sitting there listening to that music. God, I hope Travis is back.
I'm sure they are.
Well, listeners, I'm back. Welcome back for another episode of Smoking Butts and Tapping Ash podcast.
Yes.
With your host,
Dave.
And I'm Travis today.
And
as
Scott
every day.
is at home sick.
It's Scott's turn to be sick this week.
What the shit?
I'd just like to state for the record that is the proper way to start this damn show.
Well, if somebody would show up, we wouldn't have to worry about
I've missed one in a year.
You missed two, Travis.
Well, I did. It just worked out that way because of how we were recording.
Yep.
So I technically have only missed one recording day.
Yes.
I've only missed one. And
it just so happened to be two episodes.
I will say that morning I got up and tried. Oh, no. I was like, even if I wasn't worried about getting Scott sick, there's no way I could have made that drive to Benton.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't come and poop your pants.
Well, that hadn't hit yet. I was still throwing up at that point. Every 15 minutes, no matter what was in me, my body said, get this demon out of me. And so, like, when you throw up.
That's the worst.
Oh, man. It is. Like, when you throw up and, like, right after you throw up, you got, like, that 2 minutes of, peace. Well, I kept a bottle of water and a red Gatorade by the bed, and I would chug them because I didn't want to get to where I was dry heaving. Mm-hmm. And so I just made myself chug that. So I'm like, well, I know in 10 minutes it's happening again. So I would have something to throw up.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Mm. Yeah, Rebecca came in. Bless her heart. She threw my puke away, the bag. She kept changing them out in Kroger bags, and she's like, are you coughing up blood? And I go, no, it's red Gatorade. Because it was just, it would just come straight back up.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was awful. I wouldn't wish that on a lot of people that I don't like.
Yeah.
There's not too many people I don't like.
Nobody deserves that.
No, it was awful. That's the first time I've been sick. And I thought back, and that's probably been about 10, 11 years since I've had a bug like that.
Really?
Yeah. I've had like colds, and I'm probably like everybody else. I've had COVID and whatever, if you want to call it. But I haven't had, I guess, a flu or something like that in a long time.
Yeah, they suck.
It was awful.
I don't really get that often either. Probably a couple times in the last 10 years.
Because it hit me Friday night like a ton of bricks, and I didn't get out of. I went home Friday night from the in-laws' Christmas thing, and I left there early and got in bed about 7-ish that night. I didn't get out of bed till Sunday.
Yeah, it sounds like food poisoning is what it sounds like to me.
But I don't think it was, because we went back and like everybody, we've all ate the same thing. At least me and Rebecca had ate the same thing of up to that point.
I don't know.
I'm alive though.
Might have been something on your hands that just got inside your system.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah, like you're playing with a cat's butt or something.
Well,
and then ate your sandwich.
Yeah.
It happens.
What, is that bad?
No.
Oh.
A little extra flavor,
Well, see, and I'm one of those people, and you know this, that, like, I was so sick of the COVID crap, and everybody, I got COVID, and blah, and I'm like, so does nobody get a cold anymore? Does nobody get a flu? Everything's COVID now, and it turned into that. But also, I'm one of those people that, like, okay, if you come and say, hey, I have COVID, I'm not going to come over there and cram my tongue down your throat. Now, if you didn't, it'd be a different story.
I beg to differ. You've tried that numerous times.
Well, so I'm saying if you didn't have COVID, it'd be a different
here's
story.
my take on it. I think there's always been a form of COVID around.
Yes,
there has.
They just
never tested for just that.
Yes.
And just called it a cold.
Well, and
it's just like the 19 is the more aggressive form.
Yes.
Now, and I think that's what we've always been getting most of the time, instead of just a cold.
I just hate that. Well, I have COVID. But
somebody
I guess
had COVID-16.
We've all had it. At this point, I think everybody has had it at some point or the other. I've never once been tested. I haven't had any vaccines, but from what everybody who said, like when me and Rebecca both got it when it was going on, all we lost was the sense of smell and taste. And other than that, we were tired, but we felt fine. Now, I'll be honest, we both got up and went to work every day. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, and the other thing is like, okay, Scott has it now. So then that's what got me thinking about this. Is yesterday he said, well, okay, test positive for COVID. I'm supposed to quarantine till Monday, and then I can go back to work Tuesday. Now, remember when all this shit hit the fan, it was 15 days you got free off of work.
Yep.
Now, we went from 15 days down to 2 or 3, and you're good. You can go back to work.
Well, I think that it was. This is my personal opinion.
Oh, these are all my personal.
I think
opinion,
it spread so fast in the beginning. It was hard to contain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's going to be around forever, you know. And I think now it's just to that point where it's just like a cold. You know, you're just going to have to deal with it. Are you playing with my hatchet?
Yeah. What is this thing?
It's a hatchet.
You have some of the weirdest shit.
We're in my shed, not the little shed.
Not
that
the little
Travis
shed.
complains about.
He is upgraded.
Yeah, it's my big shed, which we need to do some straightening. But I think this could be a nice place to record through the winter if we get it all organized and whatnot. Just bought a heater yesterday. It's pretty badass. I like it.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back in the land
really
of the
hope
living. I know the listeners are, you know.
I hope you don't hit me with that hatchet.
I've got it out just in case you piss me off. And why we're talking about this, why I have this hatchet out. I really wish Scott was here because coming back from our vacation in Florida, everybody was asleep in the car. So Travis said, hey, I'm going to turn on the episode and stay caught up with the boys, you know?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I just wanted to drive the van right into a tree and just say goodbye, cruel world.
Why?
I'm like,
we said that we loved you numerous times.
No. Like,
You could tell that Max actually listens to the podcast, too.
I did notice.
Stepped right into
I did notice.
to the theme.
Yeah, I did notice that. But there's so many bones I have to pick with you and Scott why I have this hatchet out.
That's why we did it. So you'd have something to talk about when it came
Oh, my
on.
God. Number one, actually, I've sat down, and I wish Scott was here for this. I made a list. And the best of my memory in the last, we'll say, 10 years, we've been to Destin, I think, 30 times altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That's a lot.
Yeah, in the last 10 years. Different little trips here and there. Only, from what we remember, counting this one that we just went on at Christmas, only counting Christmas, that's what I did later. Counting 3, that'd be 4. 4 times I have stayed out of Destin, Scott. 4 times. Every other time I've stayed smack dab in the middle of Destin. He's sitting there, he stayed 45 minutes away, blah, blah. No. Sometimes we want to try different areas.
I don't even remember Scott saying that.
Oh, yeah, because the last time we went, we've gotten to where we like staying in Miramar, which if you go down there, it's like here, it's like Herrin, Energy,
Yeah.
Herrin. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it is. It's Destin, Miramar, and most people, if you don't go down there enough and you don't know, you'll drive and you'll think it's all Destin.
Mm-hmm.
But you cross this line where you're in Miramar, it's the same thing. And we like staying down there. It's a little less traffic. Not because it's cheaper. Oh. I'm going to crack your... If Scott was here, I would hit him with this axe.
It'd probably help his knee.
It probably would.
Yeah.
And I want to report that we sailed smooth right on down there and smooth right on back in the old van. Didn't have one problem. That thing runs like a top. I don't know why you guys are...
I wasn't worried about it running. I was worried about the wheels coming off.
No, they won't come off. Don't you guys remember the problem?
The tires coming off, and then you can't change them.
Or going flat. That was my only... That's what Scott said. He goes, well, you're only... Because my lug nuts were stuck on there because, that was the only problem.
Did you get that fixed yet?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I will.
We'll see.
And I will still stand by my
You're going to
way
leave
over
those
here.
tires on until they're just bald as shit, won't you?
No, that's what got it was I went over there and wanted to get the tires rotated and balanced, and they came back and they said, well, you can't seem to get your tires off. Because apparently that all the manufacturers, and Ford started it, the lug nuts, they put this little fake chrome casing thing over it. Mm-hmm. And so they said that swells, and then after a while when you go on there, that just spins and you can't get to the...
Yep.
But I found a actual tire shop, and they told me how to fix it. Go over there to Roll and Rent or whatever that place is. They said for some reason they're the cheapest, but you
Rent and Roll.
Yeah, Rent and Roll. You can go in there and buy the sets of the actual stainless steel lugs.
Yeah.
And bring them to them.
I don't know why they didn't do that in the beginning.
Yes. Why don't they just do? Yeah.
Why do they do all this extra crap?
And literally, the guy I was talking to, he said, he goes, overall, he goes, it probably saves them like $1. He goes, if that, he goes, it's pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
And he goes, why not add the $1 in there? And he goes, charge me another $100 on the car. He goes,
no shit.
That's what they're doing anyway.
I'm already paying $30,000 for it, so why not?
Oh well. But anyway, we made it back.
Well, good. I'm glad.
I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I know the listeners missed me.
Oh yes.
I had several send letters, get well packages.
Did you really?
Yeah, they were worried about me.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, I won't name any names, but it happened.
Oh shit.
Care packages.
Well, it's time for the smoke. Brought to you by My Monthly Cigars and fucking good coffee, Travis.
Talking.
It's been a couple weeks since we've had a cigar together, man.
It has been.
Did we even have one last time? We did have one last time.
No.
We all recorded.
No. When you guys, his first cigar was when I was
Oh,
sick.
yeah, that's
it
right.
Was.
So
I missed
it's been like a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do we have today? We have the...
Alec Bradley.
Yeah, Alec Bradley. Post-embargo.
Post-embargo.
Blend code 815 is what it says.
Mm-hmm. It looks I feel very patriotic smoking this.
It's a very cool label. It's like... I wouldn't say it's red, white, and blue. It's like burgundy, cream, and navy. And then some other
I'll
blue
give you
in there,
that.
too.
I'll give you that.
But man, it's a good-looking label for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my cigar info in front of me.
Oh, I have mine in my box here.
Do you?
Because it comes in My Monthly Cigars.
Yes, it does.
It comes with a nice little card.
I get one in my Robusto box every month.
Yeah. Because we are... we got some built up, so this is technically... Now look here, I've lied to you. This is a newer box. I don't have that one.
Oh my god!
I have September's and October's box here.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
card.
This is last.
This
last
is
month.
This would be November's. This is our November's box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I lied. I don't
Okay,
have the info on it.
Anyway,
Anywho,
what are your thoughts on it so far? We've been smoking it a good 10 minutes or so.
I actually like it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I was scared it'd be too powerful for you, because it's not. I mean, you can't really go by the color, and that's what hangs a lot of people up.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of the darker cigars are a lot more smooth and mellow.
And now, really, if you look at it, and I thought about this before, because used to when I learned what I liked, I would always go to Connecticut's and stuff with a lighter wrap. But anymore, my favorite cigars actually the wrapper darker.
Yeah,
like the Big Bang I love.
They're just
darker
more
wrapper.
rich,
Yeah.
typically, not more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I've had a couple of Connecticut's lately just kicked my ass, and I didn't really enjoy them a whole lot.
This ain't bad. This is real smooth.
It is.
I wonder. We'd have to look it up.
I
And
would
see.
say it's a light medium.
Yeah. It is.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's not full. Have you done a retro on it yet?
Nope. I'm getting ready to. So yeah, you went on vacation, right?
Yeah, we ended up we take the kids every year and the family go down to the Destin area. This year we did stay down in we tried it was our first time staying in Panama City Beach, and we were right. I mean, the farthest end of Panama City Beach, closest to Destin, I guess you could get. We were right when you could drive in.
Yeah.
We got a house down there, and we had I have to say it was probably one of the best family vacations we've taken so far. Just because all three of the kids took a friend. This was the first time Cole, my youngest one, he got to take a friend. He took his friend Dylan. And so we had two 13-year-olds, well, 12 and a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And down there. But they had a good time.
Good.
It worked out, I kept telling my wife, she's like, I don't know about taking another person's kid. And I'm like,
yeah, that would make me nervous.
I'm like, if we can keep ours alive, we can keep that one alive.
I don't know.
It was so much easier. I recommend it to anyone, especially at that age, because, a kid like that. I mean, and your kid is the same as Cole. It's either take the friend or take the PlayStation on vacation with you. And I'm not taking the game. I will not do that.
Yeah, we don't let them take them on trips.
I know grown adults who do that. And I'm like,
I do too.
You need slapped.
No shit, man. I was just talking to my friend Dan, actually at Fox Comics. Shout out to Fox Comics in Marion.
Shout out.
We were talking about vacations the other day, and they go to Jamaica a lot, apparently.
Yeah, I'm on.
He said where they stay, they don't even have a TV in the entire resort. Like, zero TVs.
I've heard of those. I don't know if I could do that, I'll be honest.
Oh, I could do that.
Well, because I have to sleep with the TV on. Is the only main thing. It's not that I sit and watch shows.
Yeah.
But when I go to sleep, I have to have it on.
Well, he was talking about a couple that were from, like, New York or something. Like, some mega rich people that they were wearing, like, $100,000 in jewelry apiece.
Oh, yeah.
And they kind of met each other, and they were talking, and he was, because they've been staying at this resort for years and years, and, like, these new people were kind of down. And Dan was like, well, why don't you guys go here, go there? We're like, well, honestly, we might just go somewhere else because we're not very impressed with the property. Like, what are you not impressed with? You're on the beach.
Yeah.
Then you go around back and you're like in the jungle or whatever it is down there. He's like, well, there's not even a television. He's like, you came down to Jamaica from New York to watch fucking TV?
Yeah. See, I
He's like,
don't sit and watch TV.
You need to go down there, have a seat on the beach, light up a joint, and start calling them over to bring you drinks.
Yeah.
You'll have a good old time.
I understand that. But that's my only thing. But I guess if I went to a place like that, because we've looked at places like that before, and I'm like, well, I would just take my speaker with me. As long as I got, like, some noise. You know, I'd just play music or something.
Yep. You can listen to the podcast while you're gone.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you guys badmouth me.
Yes. So, since I was confused on your list, do you want to go over your ranking list?
I want the listeners just to answer this. If someone said, send me your top 5 rubs for the year, send me a list of your top 5 rubs, would you automatically text that person 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Or would you automatically text that person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Or would you number them?
Or would you just assume that he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Well, your number 5 was like everybody else's number 1.
Well,
so it was
see, and honestly, I don't even remember what I sent you. It's been too long.
Your number 5 was the black, right? The hardcore carnivore black.
That was your guys' number 1?
That was everybody's number 1 across the board. Like,
it was only you and Scott.
Like everybody that participated. The whole crew.
There was you and Scott and Max.
Yeah.
I don't even think Max got to try it.
He tried it.
But that wasn't the one you guys did then.
No, I've been using it at home.
Oh, well. I liked it. It was not my favorite, I'll be honest.
That's fine.
Like we were talking a minute ago, it was...
So would you have replaced one of your top 5 with the... Do you think you would have with the
Jolly Roger?
Jolly Roger?
When I still have not got to try it. I tried that one pinch before I had gave it to Scott to do the tri-tip, and man, that just lingered in my mouth all day. It tastes so good.
Yep.
And listening to you guys as the review on it, I got a bottle yesterday. I went by Louie's and was talking to Herrin, and I went in to buy that bottle, and he was out, and he said, "Well, I've got one in the back." So he got me. So I'm actually going today to get some steaks, and I'm going to do it on that.
Heck yeah!
I definitely think just from the one pinch so far that yes, it would probably be. And it would be definitely be in the top 5.
Yep. Like my top 3 were pretty much all number 1s. And it bumped some shit out. Like, it was so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because I sent it to you, and my number 1 of what we had done, and I remember, was still that Slap Your Mom with the White. I'm just saying, and when I did them was just an overall taste, overall seasoning, just you can grab it and put it on anything, and you're like, I love it. And so
you use that a lot, right?
Oh, I use that more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slap Your Mom with the white one. I don't like the yellow. The white is different. I like it.
Yeah.
But definitely that Jolly Rogers will be in the top. I bet you 3, if not 1.
Oh yeah,
when I
that's
actually
good,
try it.
man. You missed out on
the hardcore
tri-tip.
carnivore black. It was good, but I'll be honest, that one didn't stand out to me.
Oh man, it did me so good.
It was a little, I don't know. And me and you, it was a little bland to me. It was good on that. Like I said, what made it taste good and what stands out in that one was that ribeye was perfect. Mm-hmm. And I know you guys were beating around the bush, but I cooked that perfect. And it was.
We flat out said it.
Well, no, you can't say, well, we don't want to tell him that it was it, but you did say I have to give Travis props on that.
Yeah, see? You're welcome.
Yeah, it's me. This show is nothing without me.
Okay.
See? Don't argue. Just go with it.
Wonder how Scott's doing today.
He texted earlier and said he was still in bed.
Yeah, he was going to try to call in, but it doesn't sound like he's going to be able to do that. Apparently, it's kicking his ass pretty good.
I'm looking at this fine cigar here. Did you finish the my monthly ad? Or
no.
did we kind of get sidetracked on that?
We kind of got sidetracked, just like always.
Yeah.
But
look up my monthly cigars. You code
right.
SBTA.
Yep, for free shipping.
Get the
in your first
Robusto
order.
box like me and Dave.
Actually, the better deal is
Is
the
the-
El Presidente.
It probably is.
I'm man, I need to just go ahead and do that, but I'm running out of room to store cigars. So
You know, listeners, Dave sent me and Scott a picture of his, because he has now switched to a Tupperware, which is a big, basically Tupperware container.
by recommendation of Nick Miller.
Nick
from
Miller
the Cigar
did
Pulpit.
do it, and I like that idea. That's cheap and holds a lot, you know.
I'll show it to you in person.
Dave,
after
you
this.
are, and we've talked about this, you are just more of a collector.
No.
When you get
I buy
into
this. I buy this about the same amount of cigars you guys do. I just don't smoke a lot.
I bet you overall I buy more cigars.
Probably.
I do, because I'll buy those bundles, but I smoke a lot more than you. I smoke every day, and so
lately I've been smoking mostly the tins.
you have.
What do you call it? Kentucky Fire
Well,
Cured.
and I brought you a big one.
You sure did.
I like the big ones.
But yeah, you get 10 of those in the tin, so
Yeah.
that like I can have a couple of those through the week, and
Yeah.
the other ones just
The problem
start
is when
piling up.
The other problem is when I pop into those tins, it's like back in the day, if I would buy a pack of cigarettes, it was gone, because I like
Yeah.
smoking along. That's one of the reasons I kind of went to cigars. So if I get those tins, and if I'll smoke a whole thing of it in a day.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had the opportunity, I probably would too.
That's the thing, because I can smoke easier at my job than you can. So
Yeah.
especially those, when you gave me that tin, oh hell, it was 2 days, it was gone.
Those are good, aren't they?
They are good. They are good.
I like them. I like them a lot.
But yeah, anyways, Dave has an absurd amount of cigars now, and
It is really. I mean, I haven't gone out of my way to buy
I know
a
when
bunch.
but also I thought about it. You also end up trading a lot of work, and you do a lot of trading.
I do. I
So a lot of those,
when I do some artwork, if I know it's
Yeah.
a smoker,
yeah,
I'd be like, just bring me some cigars.
Yeah.
You know, no reason to trade money.
mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna buy cigars eventually anyway. So it's just worked out that way.
yeah.
But man, dude, back to that Tupperware thing. I got it from Target, and I don't remember the size, but it's pretty decent size.
Oh, yeah, it's
tote.
pretty big.
What,
Oh, what, you
20
could-
gallon or something?
Oh, you could probably. What do you think if you stacked them like you had them? You think you could fit at least 500 cigars in there? Don't you think?
I'd say probably closer to 1,000.
That's why I'm just throwing out at least 500.
Yeah, because I probably have 200 close to it in there now.
I'm going in there and grabbing some before I leave.
Well, I got to put the ones you got for me for Christmas in there. So
That's 5 more.
yeah, I know.
Just because I
I
love
can't
you.
wait. I can't wait to smoke those. Your my monthly box is in Scott's humidor. I remember that now.
Yeah.
The latest one.
I need that. I'll take my hatchet.
Have you seen
and go
what's
get
in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, finally he got a Drew Estates in there.
Yep.
Well, not finally, because he did have a Drew Estates. It was the 20 acre, 20 year, 20
Yeah.
acre something. Yeah. That was in there, so
Yeah, I can't wait to smoke that one.
yeah, I was
We
excited.
were waiting for you.
And I
'Cause
appreciate
I really wanted to smoke that
Actually,
one
I
first.
won't lie. When I saw the picture and I hadn't listened to the podcast, I go, I bet them
No.
freaking assholes smoked that Kentucky Fire Cured without me. Just be like, oh, well, we already smoked that one. We don't want to smoke it.
No, we wouldn't do that. I mean, we might do that, but we didn't.
Yeah, you totally would. Don't act like you wouldn't. I got to relight here for a minute. Sorry.
Yep.
What are you getting off this cigar? You like it?
I love it, man. It's very good.
My lighter's about out of
It's
juice.
I'm not getting any distinct like flavor notes, you know, it's just like a really good cigar. You know what I mean? Like a nice mild tobacco.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a little bit of leathery something.
Don't try to get fancy.
I like getting fancy.
Sitting here in this shed,
Yeah.
I noticed the other obsession you have is it's with Ryobi.
Yeah, dude.
If Ryobi makes it, Dave owns it.
Well, there's a reason for that. Like I used to use.
Is the podcast sponsored by a Ryobi, and you're just not telling me?
I
and
hope
Scott?
so. It needs to be. But well, they've had that sale. Like I used other tools before. This is 10+ years ago, okay? And something would break and whatever. Well, I bought some Ryobi stuff, and they have a sale every year around Father's Day-ish where you buy 2 batteries and you get a free tool. So I was like, well, hell, I'm going to do that. So basically ever since then, I just go get what I need every year at that time. Because you always need more batteries, right?
Yeah.
And then this past year they had like buy 3 batteries, get 2 free tools. So
buy 3 batteries,
yeah,
get 2 free tools.
Yeah,
well, that's not bad.
Like a good.
And I think Ryobi has gotten better over the years. When they first came out, I think they were a little like a Black and Decker.
I wouldn't. I mean, I think it's perfect for what I do. Just like
I think if I worked with them, like if I worked with a drill all day every day, I probably wouldn't buy a Ryobi.
No, I wouldn't either.
One thing I will buy over there, I like the Rigid. I'm almost sold on that.
Yeah, the Rigids are nice.
I like the Rigid, and I like that Rigid has a lifetime warranty.
Yep, I like that too.
I'm really liking the Rigid stuff.
Yep, I don't blame you one bit.
But
yeah, you just take that in there and they'll swap it out if it stops working.
Yeah, the Ryobi.
But, I mean, so far,
Rigid.
I've had to put in 2 claims with Ryobi, and they just send you brand new stuff.
Really? Like I haven't had to make a claim. I know we switched over at work. They switched over to Rigid drills, and that's why I went to them, because they said that they get abused there, down in the ditches and water lines and all that stuff, and they take them back into Home Depot, and they're like, here, they give them the new model.
Yeah, if I was in the business, that's what I would use. But
probably.
I mean, I use tools a couple times a year, and they're cheap enough, and I mean they're freaking free, basically.
Well,
so
I mean, not really. But.
I mean, yeah, most of the tools you see, I've gotten free.
Did you buy something to get those tools?
Yeah, the batteries.
Well, then they're not free.
Well, yeah, the tool is free.
Because the batteries are overpriced anyway.
I don't know, because then in the sale, they're discounted
a little
more.
bit.
They're like $100 for 2 like big batteries, so it's not bad at all. Because usually they're like $150 or some shit. Anyway, enough about that.
Yeah, but why don't we get into? You want to cue us up for this week's Rubdown?
Well, okay. Well, I went on vacation too.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't talk about my vacation.
Just like always.
You talked about it last time, didn't you?
No. Well, I hadn't gone yet.
I haven't. Oh, okay. What did you do on your vacation?
Well, yeah.
That's true. We weren't that far from each other.
No, we were, an hour?
It's from Destin to Gulf Shore is 2 hours.
Okay. We should have met in the middle.
No, I don't like you that much.
That's true. Anyway, yeah, we went to Orange Beach for a long weekend for the New Year's, because we had a 4-day weekend from work for the New Year's holiday. And I was like, screw this, let's go do something, like anything.
Good.
So we were looking around, and honestly, that was
a good deal.
The cheapest freaking deal out of anywhere, like hotels, Airbnbs, whatever. It was like $120 a night, and I mean, it wasn't a bad room at all. Like, it had a bedroom, like a little galley kitchen, and a living room with a pull-out bed, so it was perfect for us. It's just us and 2 kids. They sleep on the couch.
Did you pull out on the bed?
No, it made a lot of noise.
Did you sleep on the pull-out bed?
No, you said you asked me if I pulled out on the bed.
Well, no, but I just you said it made a lot of noise.
The actual bed.
Your bed?
Yeah.
Oh,
like it was very squeaky.
That's when you have to stand up when the kids are there.
Yeah. Yeah, but the bathroom was nice and big. But what really made it awesome was the downstairs level, like the ground level, was like a resort. I mean, it was an indoor pool with like columns coming out. It was all lit up, and then there was a hot tub up on the step-up part, a full gym with everything you could possibly imagine, and a sauna and a steam room, like all in this place.
I bet you took advantage of the gym.
I did.
You did text us one day, and you said you went to the gym.
Yep, every morning I did.
Did they have TV on in there or something?
No. I didn't watch any TV, period. Like, I didn't even turn it on. Actually, when we got there, for some reason, all the electronics in the whole place were unplugged. So I think somebody had brought like game systems and probably their Roku box or whatever, and unplugged all her stuff and plugged their stuff in and just left it. So I did plug in the satellite receiver, cable, whatever they had.
Yeah.
And it just like blinked for an hour. I'm like, okay, I'm done. So yeah, I messaged her about that, and I think she thought I was mad. I was like, I'm not going to watch it anyway. I'm just letting you know for the next people that come in there.
Somebody's going to want to watch it.
Yeah, somebody's going to want to watch the TV. But yeah, it was awesome, man. Like, had some good food. Took the kids to the arcade one day for about an hour or two. That was a nightmare, just like it always is in the arcade. But other than that, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Found a place called The Sloop on the last day.
Yeah, you sent me that.
That shit was amazing, man. It was like a big old Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Then you can add shrimp and queso to it also. And she's like, do you want the other cheeses too? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, no, you want the other cheeses too.
You want the other cheeses too.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So we got that. Max got the full-size one. It was like a foot long. It was giant. Freaking giant. He ate it all.
And that was in Orange Beach?
That was in Gulf Shores.
Gulf Shores. No, but you guys stayed in Orange Beach,
yes,
right? Because I know, again,
this is like the same thing.
Yeah, that's exactly like the Destin Miramar thing I was saying. You don't know where one ends.
Yeah.
We've stayed down there a few times. That's nice.
I do have a story from there. I might as well do my story, right?
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Oh, you got the right one this week.
Yep. So the first day, we were waiting to get in our room, and our friends Tracy and Lisa had gone down there a couple days beforehand, so there wasn't a whole lot to do because we got there early, and we went and ate, and then we're like, now what? I'm like, let's go check out the comic book stores around while we're waiting, me and Tracy and Max. So we drove back into Pensacola and hit a couple stores, which...
That's a kind of a far drive.
That was like 20 minutes.
Well, maybe from Orange Beach. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just like basically across the bridge, and you're almost there. But Pensacola's pretty big.
Yeah.
Like...
It's got a cool little downtown that they...
Yeah, I would never live there, though, man.
No, Pensacola is like a city.
It reminded me of Carbondale.
Yeah, and it's got like the overpasses and all this stuff. And big... When you get down like by like the McGuire's restaurant.
Yeah, we were like on the outskirts of town. It was just like shit just spread everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like the same stuff over and over again, too. Anyway, we made our way to one store, and from across the store, I noticed a statue on a shelf behind the guy. And I was like, hey, is that a Hellboy statue by Bowen Designs? He's like, I don't know. I was like, okay.
What kind of nerd are you?
I'll get it down and check. He's like, it's not for sale because it's broken. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, what do you want for it? Because he got it down, and it was what I thought it was. I've never seen one in person.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to buy it for years, and I didn't know what it was like. But it was large and, worth the money. And Tracy, he's like, everything's for sale, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, throw me an offer. And I was like,
$50.
Yeah, I was like, $60 since it's broken.
Yeah.
And he's like,
oh, you've slapped me in the face.
Yeah. I was like, well, look it up. Let's, see how much it goes for, and I'll pay accordingly since it's broke. And he looked it up, and there was two listed. One was like 300, one was like 200 that have been sitting there forever.
Yeah. That
were not broken, and they had the box. And this had
no box, and it was broken.
Yeah, and it had a good chunk broke out of his jacket, And I was like, yeah, I'll still do $60.
Okay, so 60 is a fair price.
Yeah, I think it's a fair. And even if he would have come back at like $80, I would have paid it.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even say a word. He just turned around and put it back on the shelf. I was like, you prick.
You insulted him.
Yeah, you don't even know. But he wasn't even the owner of the store.
Oh.
He was just a worker. And it's sitting on a shelf covered in cobwebs, like behind stuff.
I hate when people say, "Oh, make me an offer." No, now if you want a certain price,
yeah,
because Because that doesn't sound like you were lowballing them, especially
No.
it'd be different if he said, "Well, here's 3 of them that have sold for $300."
And I have a cabinet full of these same statues that I've paid from $30 to $100 for. So I mean, I was right on the money.
Oh no,
and I would have paid
just
it.
Punched him in his face.
Yeah, he was not very nice, like in general. So, and it didn't even bother me at first, but when we were leaving and driving back, Tracy was like, "That guy was an asshole."
The more it's one of those things. The more you think about it,
like, what do you mean? He's like, everything's for sale, and he is in the business of making money.
Yeah, to sell things,
and he decided not to make money.
Yeah, he could have at least came back and said, "I want $100," and you could have came back and said, "I'll give you 80."
Yeah, or if it would have had the box, I would have paid 120. I don't know. Anyway, that's my story in my adventures this past week.
People are idiots.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a store to sell things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You have something sitting there broken.
Yeah.
That no one has obviously ever asked about.
Yeah.
Ever, because it's on the shelf covered in cobwebs, and then you decide not to sell it,
or at least negotiate, or say, "Let me call the owner."
Yeah.
I mean, especially if he was just a worker, I would say, "Let me call the owner and see if he's interested in selling it all. If you're willing to deal, you know." But
and that's what he said. He's like, "Make me an offer, and if I think it's close, I'll call the owner and okay it." And, all right. Well, I did, and then he's like, "Nope."
So
and he didn't even say no.
He was wanting he didn't even say no. He just put it back.
I think he was going to try to sell it and make money for himself and not tell the owner.
Yeah, the owner probably wouldn't even noticed it was
probably not
gone. Are we ready to get into this week's Rubdown now? Are you done with your vacation?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, was there something else you wanted to share with the listeners?
It's fine, Tracy. It's fine.
What's my name?
Travis.
You were getting ready to call me Tracy.
I was.
How rude.
You guys supposed to have TR names.
But I answer my phone.
Yeah, that's true. Tracy doesn't
answer Tracy does not answer his phone.
No, like never.
Never. No, I've texted the guy like 100 times, and he's probably texted me back once.
Yeah. He's very scattered like that.
Yeah, but whatever.
So what do we got on the Rubdown, buddy?
Well, I'm waiting.
Back it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no!
Here you go. Yeah, it's kind of a weird setup we have this week. My soundboard is inside of the drawer of my toolbox.
So this week's Rubdown brought to us by Louie's Barbecue Supply in beautiful downtown Herrin, Illinois.
That's right.
I went by there yesterday and was talking to Aaron, and he had just got in Heath Riles Barbecue Glaze. This one is the Maple Honey Habanero, and it's even kind of got like a weird color.
It does.
You know what I mean? Just when I think of, but I also when I see barbecue sauces, like just traditionally, you want them to be dark, I guess. And
well, that's not a sauce.
I know, but I'm just saying any sauce, any glaze. I don't know anything barbecue. I just picture it dark. But anyway, we got Heath Riles Barbecue Glaze Maple Honey Habanero, and I had picked up some pork loin chops because we thought it'd be a little faster to try that. We wanted to do pork loin. Dave cooked those you cooked them on your Weber today.
Yeah, my Weber 26-inch kettle.
Yeah, we didn't do the Komatsu or whatever it is.
The Kamado, no, because I recently got a nice little setup for the inside of this thing. It's a charcoal basket and then a drip pan for the other 2/3 of the joint, and the grill actually opens up the same size as the charcoal basket.
Yeah, I saw you open it up and put the wood back there.
It's very easy to manage. The airflow was great so far, and it held heat like crazy. Like we were cooking over 400 earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
But we did that, and then we cooked 2 different chops, and we had some. I told Aaron, for a rub or whatever, we had some of the Blues Hog, that sweet and savory left. We've used this a couple times now.
Yep.
And I thought, well, that might go good with that one. So we actually did one of them with the rub and one without, and the other one without, we just did the glaze on.
We did a little experiment.
Just to see what it was. So you go first.
Well,
since you're the cook.
As far as the cook goes, I think the pork chops turned out perfect. They were very good, very tender.
Yeah.
As far as the glaze goes, I don't use a whole lot of glazes, like hardly ever at all.
I don't either, to be honest.
Like, I'm not sure if you're supposed to build it up. I mean, you can do whatever you want to with it, but I don't know if the best way would be to build it up on the meat over time, but we didn't really have time to do that because it cooked in like 20 minutes.
I wonder if we should have just put some on initially, because we didn't put it on until the end like a sauce.
I think it would have just came off.
Or, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe started when the meat got to like 100 degrees.
Putting it on then.
And then like lightly coating it or something. But we coated it, at the end, put it back on for it to set up for a couple minutes. And trying the one without the rub, I really didn't taste any of it. I didn't taste any of the glaze. And you put a good amount on there.
We painted it on.
I mean, it was glistening, candy coated.
Mm-hmm. We did both sides.
We did both sides. Then with the rub, I actually tasted the glaze more, so I'm wondering if it sticks to the rub more than it sticks to the meat.
Down, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm like you. I don't hurt. If I use glaze, we'll say 95% of the time, almost 100% of the time, if I use glaze, it's on chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because chicken doesn't have much of a flavor.
Yeah, anyway. So I'll do some different glazes on that.
I mean, I guess the only time I've really done it is on ribs when I use honey. I'll glaze it with honey at the very end.
That's true. That's the only thing.
As far as the actual glaze goes, I kind of didn't care for it. Like, not that it was bad, and I could see why a lot of people would like it, but it's like the maple and the honey together didn't mesh well for me. Like, it made it kind of weird. Like, and I didn't get any spice. Like, I didn't get any jalapeno at all. Like zero habanero. Yeah. Well, even better.
That's even hotter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was kind of worried about it being too hot.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. So you want to give what you got before I go, or?
I mean, I hate to do it because
we want to be honest.
I know somebody's going to love it.
That's right. Just because we don't like it.
For me, myself.
Or you don't like it, yeah.
I'd give it a 5.
5?
Yeah, I mean, it might be better if you build it up on something that takes longer to cook, like ribs. You can let.
That's what I said at the end.
Let ribs roll for longer.
I think at the end, instead of doing the honey like we do, try that.
That's probably the way to go. Mm-hmm. But something that cooks a little faster, like pork chops, it didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on my thoughts. It had a very unique flavor. You really get that maple more than anything, and then you get that honey in there. I did not, only one time, and actually I took a piece and put more of the glaze on it and tried it, because I said I'm not getting nothing, and put it on. And I got a little bit of the warmth kind of burn in my throat, when you swallow, but it wasn't hot, in my mouth, what I would think habanero would be.
I wanted it to be hotter. I wanted to.
Yeah, see, I don't like hot. I can handle a little spice, but I don't want something stupid hot.
Yeah.
Those people that eat those crazy wings and stuff, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, like the peach stuff I made with the habanero over the summer, that had a good spice. I guess that was a glaze. I don't know.
This stuff, I'm very, very intrigued by it. I don't think what we put it on, I think you're right. It's not the right thing. I don't think it belongs on chops.
No. I think it needs to be on something that takes longer.
It takes longer to cook. I don't even think this would be good on chicken. I guess if you were cooking when I was eating it.
You could do it on dark meat. You
could, but it made me think of some of these people are doing the chicken breakfast sandwich now, like the maple, if you did something
that would probably be good. And you said Aaron was going to try it on bacon.
Yeah, Aaron.
I bet that would be good.
He hadn't tried it yet, and he was supposed to this morning do it on some bacon. So I'll text him here in a little bit to see how that turned out.
I'm anxious to see how that.
I would do that, and then I also said the two number one things I want to try it on is breakfast sausage.
Yes,
I would do that.
That would be good.
Make it like a sandwich and put it on some sausage, and then do it. And ribs. I'm going to keep it around to try on the next ribs I do. I'm going to do that instead of the honey.
We do need to try that.
I think it would be good there with the other rubs, maybe to help it stick.
Yeah.
And do that instead
I think
of just
maybe
straight honey.
some boneless thighs it would do pretty well on, because you can cook those a while.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't like mine like super wet, so I let mine get to like 200 degrees.
Yeah.
It's like the steak of chicken.
You always say that.
Yep.
And my favorite piece of chicken is the chicken thigh, but I think I actually like it better on the bone.
Yeah, I mean, I do too.
I like it better on the bone. I think when you do the boneless chicken thighs, I think they end up too dry, no matter what.
Maybe not if you put that glaze on them.
Maybe not. If I can.
There you go.
So overall, I'm right now, I guess, on the pork loin, the chops. I'm with you. I'm going to give it about a 6.5.
Okay.
Because I'm very intrigued to try it on something else. I think
gotcha.
it will be awesome on something else. It was
Could
not
be.
good on what we cooked it on today.
No, I mean, it wasn't bad. I
wasn't.
just didn't taste it.
Yeah.
Is all it was. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know. And when I did taste it just straight out of the bottle, it's very overwhelming. Like,
It's very sweet.
it's like straight sugar.
Because when we started cooking, and I put just a little bit on my finger and tried it, I said, "Oh, you're not going to like this." And you go, "Why?" Because I said, "It's sweet. It's very sweet." But
Yeah.
I was correct.
Might be good on some like pork belly. You know, get some burn ends going.
Yeah. That's
bet
what
that
I'm
would be
thinking.
good.
It's
That's probably what it's built for.
yes. And I'm thinking actually he probably built that because he made two, and I can't remember. The other one was something hot too, but I can't remember what the other one was. I'm thinking he did it for ribs.
Probably.
For his comp ribs
Most likely. That's my guess.
with
too.
something else on there. I think so. So
Or he might put it on his pancakes. You never know.
overall, what did you say? You did a 5. I did a
5.
6.5. So we'll give it a 5.5.
Yeah.
Whatever. Which I think if on the right thing, it could be a 9.
Could be. Yeah.
I think it could be the key. That's that last. Oh, boom.
Yep.
I think it really could be with
I think
the right.
I think it needs to be just the very accent, like the last
Yeah.
piece of whatever you put on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just by itself, it didn't do anything for the pork.
It's definitely cooling down in here.
It's cooling down, so we probably won't record too much longer, and then turn the heater back on. Finish our cigars.
But yeah. But that anyway. That was from Louie's Barbecue Supply in Herrin. Go by Aaron. I talked to him yesterday. He has a lot more stuff coming in. He had a lot more stuff in there yesterday than, every week he gets new stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
He has a big order. He's, I think it's safe for me to say now, and I might have said it for now. He is set up with meat churches. He's going to start carrying all their stuff.
I have never tried their stuff. I know it's like a super popular
Oh, it's
brand,
super popular.
and I watch his videos daily.
I think, and I've tried meat churches stuff that's good. I think what helps him, to me, is when you walk up, like I know Academy Sports carries theirs and stuff like it. When you walk up, his is the one that jumps out more. His labels, I just love his artwork.
Like, I think the artwork is stupid, but
And that's
the
one thing.
colors of his labels is what draws you
Yeah.
to them.
Oh yeah.
Because each one of them is a different bright
Yeah,
color.
they're a bright color or have like I buy the only one of his I buy consistently is the Holy Voodoo, and that's pretty good on stuff. And again,
That one's a pretty cool label.
it's a cool label. It's got
It's
that
a
little
sugar skull, right?
yeah sugar skull or something on
One,
it.
like the one with the squirrel on them and stuff. It
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah, those are stupid. Yeah, but he's got that stuff coming in. A bunch more other stuff coming in. So I'm excited.
Speaking of cartoon animals, I did go to a Buc-ee's on my way down.
had you never been to a Buc-ee's?
I'd never been to a Buc-ee's before. It was
So you went down.
I don't think it was a very big Buc-ee's either, and it was effing massive.
You went to the one in Athens, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we passed by that
And
one.
that's got to be fairly new, right? 'Cause
Yeah, it
we-
is. It's
We stopped in Athens and stayed last time. we
It's
went down.
only, we'll say 2 years old at the
Okay.
most.
Yeah, because last time we went down was
Yeah.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, because we would go by and they would be building it, but if you build it, they will come.
Yep.
And it was packed, wasn't it?
No, we got there at like 5 a.m.
Oh,
So
okay.
Like it was just us and
Yeah,
maybe,
you ought to
maybe
go
10
there.
other people.
You ought to go in there sometime. We didn't even stop this time.
I've heard it's just madness.
Madness. And,
Yeah.
and there's certain things that I like getting from there. And everybody loves their brisket. What did you think of? Did you try something?
Initially, yeah, I got a brisket breakfast taco or something. And it tasted good, but it did not agree with me the rest of the day.
You have a sensitive belly.
Well, I think they may use liquid smoke. 'Cause I don't think it was.
I've tried it both ways. Because usually their normal brisket everybody loves is just drowning in sauce.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's I don't like sauce, and then you can get it no sauce. And the next time I went, I got that, and it's. I mean, I'm not mean, but it's gas station brisket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's really what it is. It's just a glorified gas station.
It was better than some of the briskets I've tried around here at the restaurant.
Well, yes,
I will say that.
I will give you that too. But
yeah.
But no, the best thing at Buc-ee's, honestly, is the beaver nuggets. Did you get some beaver nuggets?
No, we were gonna.
That's the only reason to go.
We were
in
gonna
there.
get stuff from there on the way back, but then we decided to take a different route, and we didn't see a Buc-ee's. So.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah, you.
That was a nice way to go, man.
I
Honestly,
bet.
it was like an extra 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like just town driving.
Yeah.
It was all 2 lanes both ways, so you cooked right through it. It was a lot less miles. Also, yeah, it was pretty scenic.
I understand.
We saw the, what do you call it? The USS Alabama battleship.
Yeah.
We drove by that. That was pretty awesome.
Was it in the water?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I guess you can go on it and stuff. We didn't stop, but we might next time. That was a beautiful area, but right before that, Daphne is around where it's at. Like it's in Mobile, like the ship is, but Daphne is what you drive through before you get to Mobile coming that way. And that area was freaking gorgeous. Like I would live down there in Daphne.
Well, Angie's all for it. She's been looking at houses.
Never know. Never know.
I will help you load up all the Ryobi stuff, and
Yeah, it's going to take a
you're gonna have to get a Yahoo,
get a Yahoo.
a U-Haul to just haul all the Ryobi stuff you have,
You're correct.
and that 9-foot tall toolbox you got over there.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Do you have a would you rather?
I'll wing one. I'll be honest, I don't have one right off the top of my head, but I'm a little behind this week. I'm trying to get this band off because I'm to the band. I hate when these bands stick.
Yeah, it's the shits.
And then I'm trying to tear it off. And this was even a pretty band. This week's Would You Rather. I actually had a couple different ones. Would you rather live in a world... This is going to be a simple one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather live in a world where you had to have 2 pets or no pets at all?
I would have to go with no pets at all.
Really? And see, as long as I was surprised with you because as long as I've known you, you've always had a dog.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean I want one.
I know. Everybody has to have 2 pets, or you can't just have one. You have to have 2 pets, or no pets at all anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I'm going with no pets.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. See, I myself don't have any pets right now.
I would have answered that different 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But after having 2 dogs for 15 years, it's just a pain in the ass.
The problem is that I'm a huge animal lover. I love dogs and cats. I like cats as long as the cat will come around and let you pet it.
Well, you should take this cat that's
Now, you've been
moved
trying to
into
get
my
me to
house.
take that cat for a year now. No.
You can even have the little house I built.
No. If we get Rebecca and Cole actually have been wanting another cat.
Perfect.
But I told them, you want to get a kitten though.
Oh no, this cat's perfect for you guys. It's very nice. It for some reason loves the shit out of me. Like
Yeah.
now when I come out, it'll be in the chair and I'll pet it a little bit and then it'll stand up and put its paws out for me to pick it up.
Oh, and you just say no. I'm gonna live in a world where you're dead.
I'll pick it up for a minute and then that's that. But
And you get a warm, fuzzy feeling in your...
Not really.
Oh, yeah. I would have to definitely say I'd rather... I'm not going without pets. I mean, I don't have one of myself right now, but the thing is we have chose that... I had a dog for 9 years. It was my best friend. He passed away. And that's the other hard thing about pets, is you just fall in love with them and they die.
Yeah, that's another part of it.
That's
like,
it's just...
we had our wiener dogs for 15 years, and then within a year of one another, they both went, and you're like, well, shit.
And do you really think, I believe with like your dogs, do you think it was the other one kind of just, when they were alone, they kind of just shut down, kind of gave up?
No, not with my dogs.
You don't think?
Nope. George, he was just like super active.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just wore himself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was good till he got
Wasn't it George and Daphne?
Daisy.
Daisy, yeah.
He got like a hernia type deal, like under his tail. And they were like, well, we could try to operate, but he's 15.
Yeah. And you're going to get $1,500 into him real quick.
Yeah, and then he might not make it.
Yeah.
They're like, okay. So then Daisy she was pretty broke up about it for about a month. Like she would just...
I remember she was sad.
Yeah, she would howl and stuff, but then it's like she forgot. Pretty sure she had Alzheimer's.
George who?
Yeah, and she had been gross for a while. Like she got to a point where she would just be standing there and pee and not even know it. Like
someone peed in the floor.
Yeah, like who did that?
You guys better stop peeing in the floor around here. I'm going to move.
Yeah, and it just got to the point where she couldn't do anything on her own.
And that's what breaks your heart, is you have all them good years with it. Because I have now grand dogs, is what they call them. My oldest two, Mitchell has a pug named Gus, and Reese has a little Chihuahua mutt, really. The mom was full-blooded Chihuahua, and the woman who had her bred Chihuahuas. Well, the mom got out on the town and had a wild night.
With a German Shepherd.
Well, we don't know, and came back, and Ruby was the offspring. So that's how Reese got her. She said, well, I can't sell them. She goes, if you'll just take them, I'll give them to you. And she's a good dog. She looks like Chihuahua.
She's a good dog.
But she's annoying. She's like got the Chihuahua in her when you come. She barks at everything.
Yeah.
Now, Gus...
That's what they do.
I have to say, I've never been around a pug before that, and he's a good dog.
Really?
He really is. It would almost, if I would get another dog, I'd almost get a pug.
He looks very special.
He does. He does. We got so many pictures of him just because them eyes, he'll look at you.
He looks like he would be held back a few grades.
Yeah, he is. But so that would be my answer. I would have at least two, because I'm not just giving them up altogether.
Yeah.
Like I like coming over here and trying to let Maggie touch her.
She doesn't want to kill you anymore.
No, she let me touch her twice while I was here last time.
Yep.
Your new little dog, she normally wants to bite my fingers off.
She's a pretty good dog.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll like get it all up in your face.
So if you didn't want another dog, why did you get?
I didn't get this dog.
Oh, you didn't get this dog. Okay.
Like we still had the other two dogs.
I remember that.
Max was like, "Oh, my cousin had these puppies, and I really want one." I'm like, "Nope." And for some reason, Angie was like all about it. I'm like, "What are you thinking? Like, I don't even know what."
We've already got two old dogs here.
Yeah, they don't pay any attention to these dogs. Why are they going to pay attention to a new dog? And then I was like, "Well, do whatever." I was certain Daisy would kill it, because Daisy was mean as shit. Like, she's very territorial. Like, there was a pit bull that lived back here before, and she got out one day and went over there, and I saw her, and she was like nose to nose with this pit bull and bit it right in the face, and that pit bull ran away.
Really?
Yep. So she ruled the block for many years, but I guess she was just old and didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Then that backfired. So they brought the dog here for a weekend as a trial run. I'm like, Daisy's gonna get after this thing, and it's not gonna be good, and they'll take it back. Well, Daisy just laid there, like, shit, dog.
Welcome to the house.
You were supposed to be on my team.
Dog food's right over there.
Yeah. And then Angie's like, well, yeah, we have a new dog now.
Yeah, and who does that dog love?
Me and Angie.
Yeah, it loves
and
you.
The kids don't give a shit about the dog.
They're still in there playing their video games.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with the dog at all.
Well, and that's ours. That's why we have went. I do every time I see him. Like I want to take that cat. I'm one of those that I could never work at like an animal shelter because I would end up taking all of them home. Over time, I'd be like, oh, no one's adopting this one. I'll take it home. I'll take it home. I couldn't do that. But the problem is we like to travel and all that. I'm like, I don't want to be out somewhere and say, well, we got to get home. We got to let the dogs out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want that responsibility anymore.
I know, me neither.
You know, and that's the thing. Is
Well,
when you go on a trip,
go anywhere.
Yeah, you can't just, well, let's hop in the car and go. Well, go. It's even, let's run to St. Louis for the day. Because you're sitting there thinking, well, the dog's in the house, or it's in its pen, because my kids, they keep them in the crate. We crate train them. Mm-hmm. So then you feel bad that they're in that crate for 8 hours, and you're like, you know. I'm like, I love animals, but I don't know. We probably will. She's been searching
the cat
the
would
shelter.
Be perfect out where you're at now.
She's been searching the shelters for a cat, and that's my other thing. Is I'm one of those. I could never go pay $1,000 for a dog. I'm sorry.
I don't think I could pay any money for a dog.
I know when you go to the shelters, and there's a lot of people that like Reese's that get puppies, and just say, "Here, take it. It needs a good home." I mean, there's always somebody doing that.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, I told you this week's would be easy for you.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought you would say I would have at least 2.
Oh, no.
Because you have 2 pets now. You have a cat and a dog.
No, the cat's not mine. It just,
that cat is yours.
just
You have a
moved in
house
here.
built for it on your deck, and you have food out
I don't
for
want
it.
to deal with a dead cat.
And you've put a blanket in the chair for it that is covered in hair now.
It wasn't me.
So,
it was Angie.
Well, you have a cat, buddy. I hate to tell you.
No, you have a cat that's
No.
just staying here for now.
That cat's going to stay here for the rest of its life.
No.
Yes.
It would be perfect out where you're at. It would catch all the mice. Have a good old time.
We don't have any mice. No mice.
You'd have even less.
Even less. They wouldn't even think about coming over.
Yep.
Well, do we have anything else for the listeners?
Not that I can think of.
I would say that Miss Scott, and I hope he gets better, but he was kind of an asshole.
It's true.
He was just tearing me a new one on those 2 episodes, and I haven't even finished the last one.
I was just there.
Oh, yeah, you were innocent.
Well, I mean, I got to kind of interact with Scott, but he just kept punching me
he
right
did.
in the dick.
It was. I'm
right
like
in the dick.
I'm like, he doesn't talk this much ever on an episode.
I know.
And
he was very excited.
Oh, he was very.
You can tell he's been waiting for a long time.
He's like, yeah, he just hopes I'm sick all the time now. He can just badmouth me. Tell him my van's going. You guys were jinxing me. You guys would have felt bad if my van had broke down.
Oh, it would have been fine.
I would have called both. I hoped it would broke down.
If you would have got a flat tire, I would have felt bad.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd have been calling both you guys and saying, "Come help me change this tire. You guys jinxed me. You did this."
I'll be there in a week when I'm down on my way down to Alabama.
No, it went fine, and I will still stand by my. You can do a lot of repairs for $600 a month.
I can't wait to see what they tell you when you take it in to get those freaking lug bolts.
Oh, they said that they've already looked at it. They said they can do it in no time.
Well, I know. I want to see what they do. Like
they said, they told me
if they break before they get them loose.
No, they said that how it described to me what he had was like, you've seen they do these info commercials, those sockets now, but it's got like a bunch of little bitty pins in it, and it goes around any different size. Mm-hmm. It's kind of something like that, but it's from Snap-on, he said. He goes, we got the Snap-on tool.
Okay.
But it sounded something like that will just go and fit to whatever it is. And he goes, we can get them off. He goes, we do them every day. He goes, that's a common problem. He said, because all these car or manufacturers are going to them. And he said, I don't know why they don't just.
It makes no sense.
He goes, the people that sell the aftermarket lugs, he goes, they're loving it because.
Hell yeah.
But he said, now they can fix it. I just got to go get them and take them to him.
That's good.
And he was nice about it. He goes, I can get them. He goes, but through us, he goes, you're going to pay like $20 a lug. He goes, you can go over there and buy the whole set for like $19.95.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he goes, just go over there and buy them.
That's weird.
Yeah, he goes, we've got them in stock. He goes, but
probably because they're a chain at the other place.
I don't know, but he goes, I don't really know how they sell them so cheap. But he goes, they got them in a whole set. He said, he told me right where to go.
They probably have them priced wrong.
Probably. Well, I'm hoping they don't change the price before I get there.
Hopefully not.
Well, all right, guys. I guess until next week. Okay, you're going to push that button?
I'm waiting on you.
Oh, well, I was just going to say look us up on Facebook. We need some more interaction on that.
Yes, we do. It's been at a lull lately, and I know it's because of the weather and holidays.
It's the weathers and everything. We'll go ahead and give you a little tidbit real quick. Here, probably the end of January, beginning of February, somewhere in there, we're going to go to Louie's barbecue supply in Herrin, and we're going to cook on a Saturday, do some like little demos on. He was talking yesterday. He's got the pellet Smoke Brothers pellets in there, and the cans, the barrels. So we're going to do some demos on those and cook. So you guys come by and check us out and sample some food.
Yep. Bring some beers.
Bring some beers.
Heck yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, guess I was done.
Yep. Sounded like it. I think that was the only way I could shut you up.
Well, I missed an episode.
I know.
The people want to hear my voice.
Yeah. Yep. They sure do.
All right, guys. Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.